So one of the problems with metaphysics is metaphysics. Metaphysics is, for the most part, imaginary when it's not substantiated by what is observably true. But what is observably true can be very subjective, meaning it might not be observably true, but it could be a type of groupthink or self-brainwashing. There was a Soviet defector, a former KGB agent, that defected to the United States, and he explains how to brainwash a nation, which I will leave in the links. Everybody's probably seen it that follows my channel. But the most important way to brainwash a nation is to promote nonsense, to make people worried about everything, gay rights, civil rights, all this nonsense. And also, in a lot of ways, philosophy and metaphysics, because these are things that do not ultimately matter. But the thing is, a lot of ways that people pursue metaphysics is to, in a way, it's a form of mental masturbation, in which one strokes one's ego by, well, I read this book and I know this, and I read that book and I know that. And that's one of the things I think, like in the religion of LaVeyan Satanism, I think it's what kept LaVeyan Satanism from becoming a legitimate religion of the flesh, a carnal religion. Sometimes people accuse me of being an intellectual. I can't help it that my vocabulary has more than 50 words in it. Unfortunately, that does not make me, or actually fortunately, it does not make me an intellectual. Most academics, or people that pursue an academic air, they are not very intelligent. And that's what I noticed arguing with a lot of people about religion and politics and philosophy. Most people are not very intelligent, but they want to be right and they want recognition for their rightness. Metaphysics is another way to do this. Ayn Rand, and I'll look for the interview if I can find it, but Ayn Rand explained what separated her from Nietzsche. Nietzsche is a dreamer. And a lot of people, especially a lot of people in circles that I used to belong to, don't like Ayn Rand because Ayn Rand was Jewish. But the fact is, objectivism, I disagree a lot with Ayn Rand's philosophies. I think she's wrong on the racial question. I think she's wrong on the collectivist question. I think all societies are collectivist to some degree. I agree with Ayn Rand on one important fact, and that fact is you need to view the world as objectively as is possible. This is where metaphysics betrays most people, when they get bogged down in the morality of this and the thinking of that and this and that and that. This overthinking of things that are ultimately not very important. Basically betray the would-be philosopher into spinning his wheels. There are very important things. Self-actualization. I'm a big believer in self-actualization. Self-actualization and understanding one's limitations, one's strengths, and where one stands in the world and in the universe as a, the greater scheme of things, where you stand in that. That is very important to understand that. But in a lot of ways, metaphysical thinking and philosophical thinking and all this Aristotelian nonsense and this and that, it actually betrays the would-be armchair philosopher into de-actualization, into bogging oneself down, and like Anton LaVey stated, the thing is, the worshipper of I believe in God. I believe in a pantheistic God. I believe God is nature and the laws of nature are God. But, as LaVey states, and I'm going to leave a thing that actually shows what Satanists really do believe God is, because a lot of people don't get that. They think Satanists are atheists. They're not. But the thing is, I'm not a Satanist, I'm a pantheist. But the thing is, as he stated, the worshiper of any god, whether they're pagan gods or Yahweh or Allah or any of these, you're not worshiping the one true God. You are worshiping the creation of other men that had created these things to control the masses. And that's the thing, is you're worshiping an idea, as the dude, Xenophilus, I think his name is, stated, And this isn't because I memorized it, it's just the truth. If horses had hands, they would make their gods to appear as them. And that's the thing that people need to understand, is all this pursuit of false truth de-actualizes the would-be philosopher and takes him away from communion with the one true God of nature, and also takes him away from communion with him or her, away from communion with him or herself. And that's basically what I wanted to deal with in this video. Is one of the biggest problems with metaphysics is the way people pursue understanding metaphysics.